A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to Gradeup, India's largest online learning platform. My name is Kunwar Prateek and I teach economy and current affairs on Gradeup platform. And I bring to you this special YouTube class in which we have been discussing 1000 most important questions for your IAS 2021 examination. So, this is the 17th part of this series of most important questions for IAS 2021. And we are discussing these questions one by one in each session of YouTube. 10 questions each we have been discussing, and this is the 17th part of this series which we are conducting. And I sincerely think that this is going to help you because this will going to give you a perspective behind which kind of questions will be asked, and you will get to practice questions also. So let's start with today's session on the questions. The first question for today is that department under the finance ministry includes which of the following departments? So under the finance ministry, which of the following departments are there? Department of Economic Affairs, 1, 2, Department of Expenditure, 3, Department of Disinvestments. So you have to answer which of the following departments fall under the Ministry of Finance. Your options are A, 1 and 3, that is Economic Affairs Department and Disinvestment Department. 2, B, 2 and 3, Department of Expenditure and Department of Disinvestment. C, 1 and 3, that is Department of 1 and 2, this will be 1 and 2. Department of Economic Affairs and Department of Expenditure, or D, all these three, Department of Economic Affairs, Department of Expenditure and Department of Disinvestment. You have to answer. You have 40 seconds to answer the question. Please answer the question. Now, I think this is enough time for you to answer this simple question. Now, as you know, Ministry of Finance comprises of many departments. So, Ministry of Finance comprises of Department of Economic Affairs, Department of Expenditure Affairs, and Department of Disinvestment, which is now called, as in my class I have told you, that now Department of Disinvestment is called Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. This is also a part of Ministry of Finance. So your answer becomes D, 1, 2 and 3. And apart from these three departments, there are two more departments under the Ministry of Finance, which is the Department of Revenue and the Department of Financial Services. So these are the 5 departments which are under the Ministry of Finance. Good afternoon, Shri Kutan, good afternoon, Smriti. So this is the first question. The answer is D, Smriti. It includes all 3 departments, and additionally 2 more departments are there in Ministry of Finance. One is Department of Revenue, another is Department of Financial Services. So the answer to this question is D, Now let's move on to the second question for today. The second question is, what is the difference between product market and factor market? What is the difference between product market and the factor market? Okay. So your options are, the demand for product in direct is direct demand, whereas factor have a derived demand. Second option, the price of product is determined by the interaction of demand and supply of product. Okay. Whereas the price of factor is determined by interaction of demand and supply. Good afternoon, Shri Kutan. Good afternoon. So please answer this question. What is the difference between product market and factor market? The demand for product is direct demand, whereas the factor demand is derived demand. The price of product is determined by the interaction between demand and the supply of product, whereas the price of factor is determined by interaction of demand and supply of factors. Please answer this question. You have 40 seconds. Your options are A, only this statement is right. Option B, only this statement is right. Option C, both the statements are right. And option D, neither one nor two are right. Please answer the question. 40 seconds you have. Shri Kutan has given the answer as C. He is saying that both the statements are right. Ujjwal is saying C. She is also saying both the statements are right. Guys, please answer. Shivangi is also saying C. So now I'll answer the question. First, what is this product? What is product market? Product market refers to an arrangement of buying and selling goods. Okay, buying and selling of goods is product market. So like rice is being sold in rice market, so that is rice market. Fish is being sold in fish market, so fish market. So that is product market. And product market, the households are the buyers of product market. Thus, it is dependent on the demand of buyers. So demand of product is direct demand. Okay. And the prices of this product demand is dependent on what? The demand of the buyers and the supply by the sellers. So this part, first part of both statements are correct. Now second part of the statement is that factor demand is derived demand. What is factor market? The cost of producing something at factory level is factor cost. So factor demand will be cost of or demand of product at factory level. So obviously here at factory level, it depends on the availability of factors of production. So buying and selling of factor production decides the factor market. So the demand here is derived. So this statement is correct. And second, in the second part of second statement, that price of factors is determined by interaction of demand and supply factor, which is it is determined by the price of factors of production. So this is also right. So your answer will become both statement 1 and 2 are right. Your answer is C for this questions. Let's move on to the third question for today. The third question is, consider the following statements about local area banks. This I have spoken about for my students of paid class. That first statement is, local area banks are conceived to provide financial services primarily in rural and semi-urban areas. Statement 2, private banks are not allowed to act as local area bank. Option 3, local area banks need not adhere to requirements of priority sector lending like other domestic banks. Your options are only statement 1 is right, statement 1 and 3 are right, 2, C option is only 3 is right, and last option is all the options or statements are right. Guys, if you are liking the session, please share, subscribe and like the session. So please answer this question now. You have 40 seconds. Please answer. Ujjwal is saying B. Shri Kutan, Smriti, Shivangi and other people who are present, please answer the question. Silambarsi is saying B. Guys, please answer. Now I'll give you an answer. What is local area bank? Local area bank are specialized type of banks which are established for serving rural and semi-rural areas. So statement 1 is completely correct. Now they are specialized banks which are created and are privately owned. But private banks cannot act as local area banks. So ICICI Bank cannot become a local area bank. Local area bank are specialized private banks which are created. So Axis Bank cannot open a local area bank. ICICI Bank cannot open a local area bank. So statement 2 is wrong. Now, local area banks serves the rural and semi-rural urban areas. And they are responsible for mobilizing rural savings, okay, by local institutions. And under the RBI regulation, local area banks also have to adhere to priority sector lending norms of RBI, that are 40% of their lending has to be to priority sectors. And what are the priority sector? Agriculture, export, education, etc. So this is also wrong. It said that local area bank does not have to adhere to priority sector lending. So your answer will become only A. Clear, guys? Now let's move on to the fourth question for today. Which of the following is correct about national financial switch? A. It is a network of ATMs connected with each other irrespective of their banks. B. It has been launched for availability of credit for the MSME sector. C. This is a nodal agency which helps in merging of commercial banks in India. Or D. Neither of the options are correct. Please answer. You have 40 seconds. Please answer. You have 40 seconds. Which of the following is correct about national financial switch? See, let's not Google the answers. If you Google the answer, then it defeats the purpose. So try attempting the question rather than Googling it. Please answer, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. I am not receiving your answers, guys. Syllabus is saying C. Shri Kutan is saying A. I'm waiting for others' answer as well. Your time is up now. I will answer the question now for you guys. See, this national financial switch, this national financial switch is the largest network of shared ATMs in India. It was designed and developed and deployed by the Institute of Development and Research in Banking Technology in 2004. And the goal of National Financial Switch is to in the country is to have connected ATMs of different banks. So you can withdraw money from SBI. If you have an ICICI bank card, you can withdraw money from SBI bank account and the other way around. Okay, and this was to basically make banking services more convenient. So the answer to this question is A. Moving on to the next question. The next question is, consider the following statement. Consumer price index urban in recent past have been higher than CPI rural. Consumer price index urban is higher than CPI consumer price index rural. The higher second statement is higher fuel prices have resulted in higher consumer price index inflation in year 2019-20. You have 40 seconds to answer the question. Your option are statement 1 is right, B statement 2 is right, C both 1 and 2 are right, and D neither 1 or 2 are right. Guys, if you are liking the session, please share it, like it, and subscribe to our channel. I'm waiting for your answer. You have 40 seconds. Quickly answer. Please answer the question quickly. I'm waiting for your answers. Shivangi, Ujjwal, Srikutan, Silambarsi. Please answer. Srikutan is saying C. Okay. Silambarsi is saying B. Okay. So let me just answer this question for you guys. The consumer price index basically tracks inflation in India. At consumer level, the price rise at consumer level in India is calculated by consumer price index. Now, it is true that consumer price index of urban areas has seen higher levels than rural India. So statement 1 is right. But the statement 2 is wrong. The consumer price index in urban areas has seen higher levels because of rising prices of food and beverage commodities. Food and beverages commodity. And especially the prices of food commodities, especially vegetables and pulses, have given rise to the CPI urban inflation number. Why? Because of untimely rainfalls. And because of untimely rainfalls, the production has suffered of vegetables and pulses. That is why the prices of CPI urban has increased in the year 2019-20. So the answer to your question becomes only A. Okay. Now let's move on to the sixth question for today. So with reference to inflation in India, which amongst the following is incorrect? Which is incorrect, you have to tell. A, in India, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation is entrusted with the task of measuring inflation. Statement 2, inflation is primarily measured by two indices, WPI, Wholesale Price Index, and CPI, Consumer Price Index. Option 3, statement 3 is, inflation generally entails rising prices of commodities, that is goods and services. And option D is, all the statements are correct, none of the statement is incorrect. Please answer the question. Silambarsi is answering that. Please answer. Silambarsi, please give your answer again. Which of the statement amongst these are incorrect? If none of them is incorrect, then your answer will become D. So answer the question. Guys, please be a bit quicker because these are very simple questions. Shivangi is saying B, that is the statement which is incorrect is the B statement. Srikutan is saying A. Srikutan is saying that statement A is wrong. So now let me answer the question. Inflation is what? Price rise of goods and services. So this is correct. So this cannot be your answer. Now, statement B is what? Inflation is in India is generally measured by W2 and CPI. This is absolutely correct. Inflation at wholesale price is tracked by Wholesale Price Index. Inflation at consumer level is tracked by Consumer Price Index. The monetary policy in India is conducted on the data in the Consumer Price Index by the RBI. Now, statement A is that Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation is entrusted with the task of measuring inflation. This statement is also absolutely correct. The responsibility of measuring inflation under WPI and CPI is the responsibility of this. So, your answer becomes D. All the statements are correct. Moving on to the next question. Now we will talk about another question which deals with minimum wage. So now, consider the following statements regarding minimum wage in India. Minimum wage applies to all workers in India. Statement 1. Statement 2. Ministry of Commerce and Industry sets the minimum wage in India. And statement 3. Minimum wages are adjusted at least every 5 years. Which of these statements are correct? A. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. B. Statement 2 and 3 are correct. C. Statement 3 is correct. Or D. All the statements are correct. Please answer the question. Please answer the 7th question quickly, guys. "40 seconds you have. Please answer quickly, guys. Syllabus is saying option A is correct. Okay. Other people, please quickly give your answers. Shri Kutan is saying C. Okay. Now I will answer the question. Let's look at statement 3 first. Statement 3 says that minimum wage in India are adjusted at least every 5 years. This statement is absolutely correct. At least once in 5 years, minimum wages are adjusted, increased or decreased according to the situation. Second is, Ministry of Commerce and Industry sets minimum wage standards in India. This statement is wrong. Minimum wages are set by a notification or consultation based on an advisory body and various committees. So statement 2 is wrong. Then statement 1 is that minimum wage applies to all workers in India. This is also a wrong statement. Minimum wages applies to scheduled workers and workers possessing different skills and occupations. So not everybody is governed by minimum wage standard. So your statement 1 is also wrong. So the answer to this question becomes C. Only statement 3 is correct. Moving on to question number 8 for the day. What does the term zombie lendings, sometimes seen in news, means or implies? A. Specific lending to families of farmers who have committed suicide. B. Lending to new borrowers by under-capitalized bank to lend in order to get adequate returns. C. Lending to existing borrowers with poor balance sheet by under-capitalized bank. Under-capitalized bank means what? Banks which have less money. And D. None of the statements are correct. Answer this question. So if you are liking the session, please do share, like and subscribe. Please answer, what is zombie lending? I am waiting for your answers now. Guys, please be a bit quick. Shri Kutan, Mahesh, Shivangi, Silambarsi and other people who are there, please answer. Shivangi is saying B. Shri Kutan is saying D. Silambarsi is saying B. Now let me answer the question. The answer to this question is basically a zombie lending is a bank. Zombie bank or zombie lender is a bank. It is a bank that are practically insolvent. Banks which have high NPAs. They do not have capital to lend, but they continue their operations by hiding their bad loans, bad assets in their balance sheet, and they continue their operations by lending to existing borrowers by loans. So statement C is correct. A and B and D are wrong. Statement C is correct. Your answer is C. Now let's move on to the 9th question for today. That is, what is the contribution of small scale industry sector in India's GDP? Currently, what is the contribution of small scale sector industry in India's GDP? 15%, 20%, 30% or 40%? Please answer. Shivangi is saying 40%. Shivangi is saying D, 40%. I am waiting for others' answer as well. Please answer. Guys, please answer quickly. You guys are taking a lot of time. Okay, now I'll answer the question. The answer to this question, Shivangi and Srikutan are absolutely right. The contribution of small scale industry, that is MSME sector in Indian economy is 40%. So the answer to this question is D. This is a self-explanatory question. Now let's talk about the last question for today. That is the 10th question for today. GDP deflator in economy is a measure of what? A. It tells us the extent of price level changes in the economy. B. It tells us the effect of direct taxes in the economy. C. A shift in GDP from that base year is reflected in the GDP deflator. Or D. It reflects the domino effect in the economy. Please answer the question. It is an easy question. I hope that every one of you answer this question correctly. Please answer the question. Shivangi is saying A. Other people, please answer the question. Now I'll answer the question. What is GDP deflator? GDP deflator basically tells us about the changes in price level in an economy, entire economy. What is the formula for GDP deflator? GDP deflator is equal to nominal GDP divided by real GDP into 100. This basically tells us about the price changes of goods and services in the economy. So the answer becomes A. If I want to calculate the price level changes in the entire economy, then GDP deflator is my measure. Consumer price index and wholesale price index will measure the price level changes on selected commodities. But GDP deflator tells us about the price level changes across the economy of goods and services. So the answer to this question becomes A, that is the extent of price level changes are measured by GDP deflator. I hope everybody liked today's class. I hope this was in some way helpful for you guys. Now before I end, I have an announcement that we are running Gradeup Super subscription, under which we are running IAS 2021 course, Prelims become GS. This course will be taught to you guys both in English and Hindi medium. Under this, you will get 350 plus live classes, 325 plus PDFs, additional classes for Yojana, Yearbook, Kurukshetra and CSAT, mock test both for Prelims and Mains. Then with Gradeup Super, you will get access to 11 plus structured live courses. Currently, we are running IAS 2021 comprehensive course for GS Prelims cum Mains, UPSC EPFO course, a complete NCRT module. You will be taught by our expert faculty such as Naman Jain sir, economic expert, Vasu Katara sir, ethics and internal security expert, B. Teja Sai sir, science and technology expert, Himani Suri ma'am, and Shailendra Singh sir. who teach NCERT. There is Harshmeet sir, he teaches polity. Rohan Tyagi sir, he is an expert in geography and ecology. And everybody, my name is Kunwar Prateek and I teach economy and current affairs on Gradeup platform. Apart from this, we are conducting daily free classes on our Gradeup app along with YouTube. We have daily current affairs at 12 p.m. UPSC EPFO at 5 p.m. Special 5 lectures series at 7 p.m. GS for IAS Ranker series at 8 p.m. and daily current affairs at 9 p.m. So this was today's YouTube session for you guys, in which we discussed 10 questions related to economy for IAS 2021 exam. I hope this helped you. So until next time, bye-bye. Please don't forget to share, like and subscribe our Grader IAS YouTube channel. Thank you very much, guys.